The thing I hate about these Sony headphones is you cannot be connected to multiple devices. You can only be connected to two. So like,
Mm.
whereas I want to use them for my like when we record and I,
Hmm.
record on my like I'm on my computer, I would prefer to use these because they
Hmm.
are the better quality headphones compared to my AirPods.
AirPods, yeah.
But it took me hell to figure out how to connect them to more than one device as is. And I can only do two.
You
So
can
it's
only
connected
do
to my,
two?
yeah, it's connected to my
It's
phone. It's
crazy.
connected to my iPad, the iPad Pro, not even the mini.
Mm.
Then something else that I hate that I haven't figured out how to troubleshoot is if I'm connected to my phone and the phone rings, it does not
Hmm.
answer in the headphones. I have to like answer the phone and then connect to the
Mm.
headphones. So like I feel like that's first world problems, right? Like I
Hmm.
feel like that's just me being I live in the latest century and I all of my
Hmm.
devices should just do the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Like I understand how I sound. The world
Hmm.
literally is crumbling. I understand how I sound. But it's just like these are expensive headphones.
Yeah.
So they should just do all the things.
They should just be there.
They're really good headphones. Like when I say I rely on them for so much more than just like, oh, I want to listen to an audiobook or,
Hmm.
music or whatever. Like the noise canceling is so good that when I'm overstimulated, I just put these headphones on. I
Is
don't,
it the Sony's?
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like
I love them. They're great. They're really great headphones.
they
Hmm.
are. So I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm probably going to treat myself. I deserve before y'all get in the comments and be like, Shelby, ain't
I
you supposed to be on
deserve.
y'all gonna come in here and be like, ain't you supposed to be on a book buying or on a buying band mind your business, okay? My daddy dead, my mom got cancer, life is crumbling.
Life is
So
crumbling, literally. It's crazy.
probably going to bite the bullet and get a pair of the Apple, the over the hip, the Max Pros or whatever they're called. I'm probably just gonna
Yeah.
bite the bullet because I'm like, at
And
least with
mhm.
that, sorry to cut you off, but at least with that, it'll fit in my ecosystem because everything that I have is Apple anyway, and it'll just do the thing.
It just connects automatically. I need new headphones in general.
Mm-hmm.
So probably get the Sony's. And then I need new podcast headphones as well. Like
Okay.
just to get those.
Mm-hmm.
So the audio is a little bit better. I don't think it's bad. It's just echoes. Maybe because there's not much going on in here at the moment.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna say
yeah.
because you're in a new space and there's not like a lot of furniture in the space,
Yeah.
yeah, your sound is just bouncing off of white
Just
paint.
walls. That's it.
It's
That's
just
it. It's
bouncing
literally.
off of yeah, it's whatever. I get that. But I think I'm gonna that might be like my birthday gift to myself. I might bite
Yeah.
the bullet and get the headphones because again, I love these, but I need something that just the connectivity is
Hmm.
just a little bit better. And with those, I mean, I know that we're not supposed to be buying new phones and like
All the things, yeah.
a long list of things that we're boycotting. But what I can say about Apple is you're gonna pay $1 million, but you get the quality. The customer service is
Hmm.
there, the quality
Hmm.
product is there. I don't think
Hmm.
I've ever had like a terrible experience,
Yeah, me
you know?
neither. Yeah, I
Um,
haven't.
so that was
Uh,
my opening rant. Um, it's been
mhm.
a while, y'all. This is Shelby,
And this is Jess.
and welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. We have church announcements because my friend is the bomb and she has all of the things going on, and y'all better buy tickets and support her. Tell them,
Yes.
Jess.
There's a lot of things. Okay, so Sintober is happening, which is in collaboration with Black Events LA. Grayson Fling and myself, we have curated a full suite of events centered around Ryan Coogler's Sinners. So for the full month of October, you'll get screenings, not 70 millimeter, but it will be in different theaters such as the Miracle Theater in Inglewood. We have another announcement soon for a community discussion, hopefully at a very popular bookstore. Black-owned bookstore. I'm pretty sure you can put two and two together. Hopefully that goes through soon. We can announce that. And then we have some other screenings in Gardena. So you'll be able to experience Sinners again in the theaters. And then on top of that, I'm doing a reading soiree, which is gonna be like a mix of silent reading, mingling, meet different books to people or just bookworms in general locally, and coming to Offhand Winery, which is a Black-owned wine space in Santa Monica. It's phenomenal. He's really great, really nice. The owner, we sat with him last week, and it's going to be a great time. We'll have jazz and blues music playing while you guys read, and then after, we'll have some mingling, and you get to have mocktails, cocktails, beer, whatever you want, food. It's all available. And then brunching with the author with Tananarive Due. Yay! So, last year we read The Reformatory with y'all. So this is the opportunity to meet Tananarive Due in person, talk about all her books, not just The Reformatory, because she is like a legend in speculative fiction and horror, all the things. So she'll be joining us on October 26th. Tickets are moving fast, so honestly, by the time you might hear this, they might be sold out. Um, and actually, by the time you hear this, I will be announcing Brunching with the Author for November with Kyra Davis Lurie, the author of The Great Man. I think you guys heard me talk. I think I mentioned this on the pod,
Yes.
talking about it. Yeah, I like that book. It's great. It was a good time. Um, and it was a great starter historical fiction, which is based in Los Angeles. It's like a take on The Great Gatsby, but it's in LA. And it's actually based in West Adams. So look out for all that information. It should be out by the time this comes out. Yeah, it should be out by the time that this comes out. And then last but not least, at the end of the month, we're doing a club juke. So we're doing our own interpretation of a juke joint. And it will be at Bloom Ranch, which is a Black-owned ranch in about an hour away. Yeah. So yeah.
Hour with traffic or hour legit hour? That
I
means it's a
think
legit hour. With traffic, it's
it's
probably gonna
legit.
be
It's
three.
yeah. But
Okay.
if you guys leave on time, if you skip work. I know you don't want to be at work anyways on Halloween. I know you don't. Just come.
That's not
Um,
true because as a former bank employee, my favorite thing was to give out candy to the kids on Halloween, and I would always miss it. The last branch that I worked in was like in a like smaller
hmm
town, like it was a quaint town. So everybody knew everyone. And the babies would put on a Halloween parade. They'd shut the streets down. It was my favorite. And I'm the person that's like, I don't work on my birthday. My birthday
hmm
is a couple days before Halloween. So normally I would miss it. But the last few years, like I was just like, I'm not missing it. Like
hmm
these are the babies that come into the branch. They're begging me for lollipops on a regular basis or telling me
That's
about whatever,
cute.
and I would
hmm
stand outside and hand out candy to the babies. That you might want to be at work for Halloween.
You might, so you can see
That's
the kids.
that's so wholesome of me. But when I tell you, I'd get so
I
you
feel
would have thought
that.
I was dressing up. Like it would make my entire
Yeah.
week. It was the only way they'd get me to come to work. If it fell on the a right day of the week, they'd be like, Shelby, the babies are doing their parade.
That's
Shel-
cute.
Auntie Shelby love the
Okay.
kids.
I see there's incentive to staying at work for some, but if you don't
If
care,
not, yeah,
then
if
just
not,
just just take it off.
but tell
But
them
yeah.
it's Shelby's birthday. Tell them it's my birthday so you get
Yeah. You just get the day off. It's
you just get
okay.
the day off.
Yeah. But yeah, those are all the church announcements. I am not doing this many events again back to back.
No, you're not. I will be on top of your calendar from now on
Yeah,
because
yeah. The thought
what?
process was I didn't do anything really in the summer.
Okay.
I was just chilling. Like I was just like, but I think after all the prep throughout the summer for this and then going into obviously this month, I was like, dang, these events is crazy. This is a lot of events back to back. If I wasn't doing the brunch in November, it would just be like whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a
You,
lot
you
of
got a lot of stuff
events.
back to back to back, plus work
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that next year by like quarter 2, my life
Mm-hmm.
has like rounded out and I can genuinely
Mm-hmm.
start planning in-person events because I really want to. It's
Yes.
just life is not.
Life is not, it's not due. It's, it got a grip on our edges real
I'm
hard.
saying, and I thought that if I cut mine off,
It just would not
um,
matter at this
and
point.
it's that girl, we gonna get these little bits over here and take them with us. So hopefully life
Yeah.
will give me a break because I really want to. And people have been asking like, when are you gonna do
Yeah.
something? And I'm like, life won't turn me loose.
Yeah, life won't turn you loose. But, give yourself grace. You got the tools, you using them, you trying. Give my girl a break, y'all. She's gonna
Listen,
get there. But next year's the year. You can plan something cool. And if anything, just to like, if you want to blow like a buffer, we can bring brunch with the author to New York. Because all the
word.
authors are there, low key.
All of the authors are here. Bro, we might need to set that up for Sadiqa Johnson because she
Oh,
lives on the
that's
East Coast. She's from Jersey. She lives here on the
yeah.
East Coast
When's her
and
tour?
in March. I think the book comes out in March.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So
It
around there.
does.
So that's something
Well,
to
something to think about. Yeah.
mhm.
I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, we can think about that. But we're gonna do some in-person events for
Something,
sure.
friend.
Something's
So,
coming.
how was your
Um,
week? You went
hmm.
to see
Oh
Angela Flournoy.
yeah. Yes. Went to go see Angela. That was a good talk. She had some like really good nuggets, and it makes me want like I think I told you guys I read it. When did I try that book? April?
Probably that's around when
Yeah.
we requested it and we got it in the mail.
Yeah. I tried to read it in April and yeah, it's very much, but after listening to her talk and when you told me about her talk with you a couple weeks back and stuff like
Mhm.
that, like swapping those notes, she's definitely in the class of like Jasmine Ward,
Yes,
those y'all know who we're talking about,
there
those type of
is
people, yeah.
style and technique and nuance in her
Yes.
writing. And I
Yes.
think I don't know, like I think with Jasmine Ward this happens for a lot of people too. Like they pick up some of her books and like they look at the cover, they look at the title and they think like, "Oh,
Yes.
whatever." Read the synopsis. "Oh, okay, this sounds simple." And then they open it and they like, "Did I just open somebody's
Mm-hmm.
thesis? Like what's happening?" You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's one, so now that I know what to expect,
mhm.
I think I'm gonna pick it up. Mm,
Come to the book club meeting if you can.
yeah. I was thinking, when's you guys' meeting?
The 25th, I think, or the 24th, something like that. Because
Okay.
that following week is my birthday weekend. So I was like, I didn't
Yes, you
want to
don't want to do
do
nothing.
right. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
week earlier than normal. And then I
Normal.
don't know, um, like mom surgery and stuff. I don't actually know a date. So I was trying to, like, I
Mm-hmm.
pushed it up a little bit so that I give myself room and that
Mm-hmm.
November is just open.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go back into the book club app and look, in the Discord, sorry, and look, and I'll probably read it for then. Because I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, a few people have finished it already
Mm-hmm.
and they like have thoughts and things and I'm like put them in the chat, like start the
Mm-hmm.
conversation. So I think it's gonna be a good combo. I'm gonna still pick up Waiting to Exhale. I'll probably pick that up like next week.
Mm-hmm.
Um and read that before because I don't know if she mentioned it at your stop, but she mentioned it as kind of like um source,
Source
yeah, source
text-ish.
text ish, because
Yeah.
she said the thing that I hated about Waiting to Exhale was she didn't want to write a book about friendship that was centering getting into a relationship or getting a man. And it was
Mm.
like, yes, because that's all Waiting to Exhale is about. Is about these women
Mm-hmm.
and their proximity to men and what those how that dictates the rest of their lives. And she's like, no, like we're
Yeah.
so much more than that.
Yeah. So she had Issa at our stop, and then Tracy from Stacks, she moderated, but Issa, I initially thought Issa was gonna be the moderator.
Mhm.
That's how it was posed at first.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I saw that too. That like
She was moderating, which is I felt like would be a better setup because of just like they can talk from they're both friends, they can talk from the perspective of creating show. They've created a show together that didn't get picked up. She joked about that. she was
right.
like she's like, I hope you don't feel like it's a waste, but it felt like a little bit of a waste for me to do it. It's the way she said it. I was dying because it was
I
like,
like that you got to see her
yeah,
like actual personality because I feel like
yeah,
online, if you just look at Angela's like Instagram, it's kind of
yes,
just like,
stoic.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then to listen to her talk and to see that, like, oh no, she is, you can tell she's just real cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think just having, I feel like them two would have made the conversation even better. Like from that, like they were there, they were conversing, of course, but I think there was so much. I don't know how to explain it, but the focus was on the book, but it was more so on Issa a little bit, and then like it was like a
Right, right, right,
bounce.
right, right,
And I
right.
feel like if they just intertwined, if the conversation was intertwined between both their perspectives from both media standpoints, it would have been even better.
I
That's what
agree.
I feel. But
I think at
overall, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think at my stop there was something similar. So it was Brett
Hmm.
Bennett and Raven
Homegirl.
Leilani,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Luster. Yes.
Yes.
And you can tell that they're friends in real
Hmm.
life, but it's like, I don't know. I think the only comparison that I really have is you and I, right? Like we work
Hmm.
together, but we're still friends. And it all kind of flows very easily because we genuinely have a friendship,
Hmm.
right? So it's like we could talk about being friends and work without it feeling so type
Robotic.
A. Yeah, like
Yeah,
robotic or
yeah.
like
Hmm.
I wanted to say chemical, like so clean. Like
Hmm.
it felt like that, like they were afraid to like show themselves because they were at work. Where Angela was
Yeah.
very like, we at work, but like we're friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most of the people in this audience is also my friends and my family. So like,
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
book is about friendship. Let's show what Black female friendship
Friendship.
looks like.
Yeah.
But it was like they were asking very um robotic questions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
it's
think,
like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's the same, it was the same generated thing. If we just took Tracy out the equation and have both Issa and Angela there talking from, they had great banter for a lot of good moments where it just made it like it was just like they were just flowing, just bouncing off of each other. And if you took the moderator out the equation, it would have been how the book is depicted, I'm assuming, or
yeah.
the use of female friendships. I thought it was very interesting, but I do Issa, I'm not sure if she's, I'm assuming, I think she's just like this in real life. It's crazy.
Yes. Hmm.
It's crazy. To see it in
She
person is hilarious to
she
see.
makes me very uncomfortable, but
I
I'm
know.
learning that like that's just who she is. Like it's not
No,
an
it's, yeah.
act.
It's not an act at all. Like she said, I don't know what she said, and the crowd was laughing, and she was like, and it wasn't funny to me, but this is how I
Okay.
talk. Like it's like an okay type of situation. I was like,
It gives
oops.
it gives like maybe a drop of the tism instead of a little touch. Like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, for sure,
everything
for
is
sure.
literal. Like that
Mm-hmm.
awkwardness is it's more like autistic black girl,
Yeah.
not awkward black girl. You know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. But one thing I will say, which is interesting, was this girl asked this question, and I've talked about this on the platform so many times, which has helped my um journey here in Los Angeles a lot better. But this girl was like, and I see this a lot, but Angel's response was so perfect that I was just like, okay, you just get it. Like you get it. But she was saying, like the girl was like, I've been here for 3 years. And I feel like I don't have community. I don't know what to do. I want these female friendships similar to the book, da 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 type of situation. She was like, so you're from here and I want to know. And she was starting, she felt she was about to cry. And me and my friend, we're trying to be mean, but we're just like, oh, poor baby. Like, I get it. And like, I understand how she feels. But it was like, when Angela, when Angela answered it, it was just kind of like point blank, period. Like, she was like, if you don't give the city grace, she was like, we literally were on lockdown in 2022. And when you think
Right.
about it, 2022 was
3 years
yesterday.
ago. Yo, there's such a I just had this conversation with Justin yesterday. We were
Mm-hmm.
talking about dating and I said to him, I said, I think dating is so difficult right now because people are touch deprived. I don't think
Yes.
we're taking account how much the pandemic actually impacted our interactions with people because I think for a lot of people, we figured out how to safely coexist with
Mm-hmm.
our tight circles. So it felt like we were being social a lot more than we actually were. And I'm like, so now people don't remember what it's like to genuinely be wanted or to be touched or to be like to have that
Mm.
sort of thing because the pandemic was just yesterday. Hell, it's still going on.
It's still, that's like, and that's what she's like literally saying is like the pandemic was it was like 3 years ago at this point. Then we had fires. Then we have all these ice raids. So majority of the city is like gutted at this point. And then we have like these random influx of rain and the city like rent increases. Like there's a lot going on with the city as a whole where you're not going to see, like, she was like, if you were here pre-pandemic, it has changed drastically. And I was like, yes, because like I remember visiting here in 2020 and it was like super magical. Like there was this essence and everything. And of course, you're visiting and you're like mind and everything. But when I moved here in 2021 during the pandemic, it was just like, wow, like this is really different from what it was. Like a lot of businesses are closing because they can't keep up. And so, like, that advice, just put it plain and simple for a lot of people that are yearning for community, yearning for people, especially here. And it's like, I don't think people understand before the pandemic, people were weird and people are even more weirder here. So it just makes it even heightened how people interact. And
Right.
I feel for her and I feel for people that move here because I think they see this facade of how the city is and this imagination in their head, and it's like when you get here it's not what it seems. And that's not fair, right? I
Right.
just don't think it's fair. And how she said it was just so plain and simple and it was kind of matter of fact.
Hmm.
And the girl was like, hmm, yeah. Yeah. Like you could tell she was like ruminating on it, like, oh, that makes sense. Like it's not me. And it's not. I think it's everybody is trying to figure out life. I think
Right.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I
it's
think I think
weird.
people are not really accounting for the pandemic, right? Like they're not
Mm-hmm.
thinking about the impact that it has had over the years.
Oh
But I'm
yeah.
glad you had a good event. Have you been reading anything?
Yeah, so I read, we'll get into Nightcrawling at some bit, but read Nightcrawling and I read The House on Mango Street, which was our book of the month. The
Okay.
House on Mango, did I read anything else before any of that? No,
Dang,
I
I
was in
remember
this.
reading The House on Mango Street. Sorry.
Hmm.
Like high school maybe?
Yeah,
Maybe
that's what I was
before that?
telling them. I think it's a good conversation. If you ever wanted to revisit it at some point, I think it's a very, I know Sarah and I, what were we talking about when she was looking at poetry books when she came to visit? I was telling her I wanted to get more into poetry, and I think she mentioned vignettes, but the book is vignettes pretty much. And
Okay.
I was like, I don't remember it being like this. So at
Me
first I was
either.
like, what is happening?
I
Like,
swear every week we find a new way that we are the elders in the room. Like every
no,
week
literally,
it's like,
what is this? Like, I just did not remember it being like this. So, but it's excellently written. And so, if anybody's not familiar with vignettes, it's like short stories, but like, I wouldn't say worse. I don't want to say worse, but it's much shorter than short stories, but it's
okay.
stringing each one along and it's very poetic. And a lot of, if you're trying to get into poetry, I feel like this is a good start, especially with this
Hmm.
book. It's like a really good start to understand like metaphors and descriptions and all the things, all the literary devices that you can think of. She does a very great job of it. And The House on Mango Street is honestly for all ages. Like, you know how we read it in high school? You can read it now and you take it something different from it. And it's
I love that.
written in a way where, like I said, anybody could read it. It's not
Okay.
like how she described, like, there's a part in the book where a kid commits suicide, but you wouldn't even know it's suicide
Is
until
it
you're
flowers
like,
or is it sex?
it, yes, literally that. Literally that. She was like a fly. I forgot what she said. The flying off something. I don't know how she said it. I was like, wait, that is suicide. That's suicide, my guy.
Like, oh, that baby just, I don't know why. You never watched Game of Thrones like all the way through, right?
No, I didn't know.
Okay. There is, you know, the basis because you've heard me talk about it. So,
Mm-hmm.
one of Cersei Lannister's sons, there's Joffrey, who is evil, but then the brother, he becomes king after Joffrey is killed. And
Mm-hmm.
Joffrey deserves so much worse, girl, when I say. But the brother, it gets to a point where everything becomes too much for him. His mother is the Wicked Witch of the West. Like literally,
Mm-hmm.
she is the evil witch. And she kills like this whole house of people. So like
Mm.
you know how it's like the House of Lannister, the House of is it the Tar? No, whatever. He watches it. He's standing in his room in the castle and
Mm-hmm.
he watches where his wife is and her family blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And this baby kindly takes his crown off and when I say calmly, there's like barely any music playing, and he just steps out of the window. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's when I knew I needed help because I said I'm laughing at him committing suicide, but he's so friend. He literally he was
Did
like,
I see that scene? Is that
you
early
probably
seasons? Yeah,
no, it's
yeah.
like later on. But
Oh, oh.
he calmly takes his crown off, and that baby said, "Fuck this
No.
and y'all,"
Yeah.
and just kindly. There was no fuss, no flair.
Yeah. That's literally, actually, that's kind of how she described it. Like,
It was like
just,
it wasn't this big old deal. He just was like,
mm-hmm,
fuck this, fuck my mama, and all the rest of you
mm-hmm.
mother. I didn't want this job, no how,
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah,
And he kindly stepped out the window.
yeah, yeah. I, yeah, it was a good story. So I think I asked them if they want to read more vignettes, and they were like, yeah, let's like explore
Okay.
that more. So I was like, okay, so that gives me an idea of like next year because I'm doing like we're both doing quarterly themes. So Q1 I'm doing Harlem Renaissance. What are you doing? All
Okay.
women?
Yes.
Okay.
So I
So
think for every quarter I'm going to try to mix up um time period and
Mm-hmm.
gender. So quarter
Mm.
two, Black men, it'll just be across the spectrum of,
Of time periods. Yeah.
yeah, time
That's cool.
period. And then the
Mm-hmm.
second half of the year, I might focus specifically on a typical, like a genre and mix the genders.
Mm-hmm.
So literary fiction by men and women,
Yeah.
and then someone that is, trans, LGBTQIA, to see how things fluctuate
Mm-hmm.
and such.
Yeah, so I think what I might so Q1 is Harlem Renaissance, Q2 is um books in different countries.
Okay,
So like I'm trying to be intentional if we do Africa, I don't want to do West Africa. I want to do like
right.
East, North. And somebody gave a suggestion as well. She was like, "Hey, can we do like different areas in Africa outside of West Africa?" I was like, "Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely." I'll figure out the rest. And then the rest, what I'm thinking is if people like vignettes, I'm thinking maybe we can do different different storytelling types. I don't know what vignettes would fall under. Would it be a
Hmm.
mini genre, subgenre? Would it be like I have to
That's a
research
good
that
question.
more. I'm gonna
That's a
research
good
that
question, though.
more to like craft that theme around that quarter so that we're trying out different styles of writing. Because that got
Hmm.
me thinking of like, we read like, for the most part, pretty basically. Like pretty basic when it comes to things like like when it comes to literary fiction or like different genres, it's the same type of storytelling, just not necessarily broken up how vignettes are. Is like a thread of different words together, one and two pages, but it's you have to link them together and it feels at first it feels like jarring and all over the place, but then you start to find the flow. So I think we could do something interesting like that.
There is a book. I'm gonna have to look for it, but there's something that might fit that,
Mm-hmm.
where like all the pages are kind of different. Like some you have to turn the
Mm-hmm.
book to read them, or like fold the page in order to get the full whatever. I'm fine with it because it
Mm.
was about sisters.
Was it the no, because somebody mentioned Jacqueline Woodson's book Brown Girl,
No, it wasn't that.
something else.
I'm not getting up because I think I know what the
No, it's
book
fine.
is. I'm not getting
Just tell
up.
me, just tell me later.
I will.
But yeah, no, I think that I'll try that. Well, I'll do some more research. But the first half of the year is pretty good. I'm gonna work on the third and fourth quarter or something. But
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
probably give myself space to work on. Um, I have quarter one picked out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, quarter two I started. I want to read 40 Acres by do you know what the premise of that book is?
40 acres by who? Who's it by?
Uh
40
Alexander
acres.
Smith. So it's a like speculative fiction where like
Oh.
slavery
Oh
is kind of
yes.
reversed. So like he gets invited by these high up black men to this like weekend retreat because they're like considering him like in the circle. And
Mm-hmm.
they go to this place where they are served by only white people.
Mm.
And they're like encouraging him to mistreat these white people.
Mm.
So I think that will make for like good,
Good discussion. Mm.
yeah,
That sounds like a good one. I might have to pick that one up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I started it, I read most of it some years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but never finished it for whatever reason. But I think it'll make a good
Discussion.
yeah.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I'll talk about night crawling later into the episode, and then what have I been watching? I have been torturing myself again with Love is Blind.
My goodness gracious. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'm gonna have to give. I never finish I have not finished a season in a minute. I didn't even watch
Really?
the last. I didn't even watch the last season that came out in February.
There was a season out in February. My God, today.
Yeah.
Who would have
And
thunk
then
it? Not me.
I missed some other ones in between. Like the last one I watched, I think that was the one that me and you watched, which was October with that girl. What was it? With the guy with the one braid. And
Yes.
then yeah, that was the last. I think that was the last full one
Yeah, because I think we
I
both was like,
I don't know. But this one, the one girl left mid-season. Not mid-season,
shit.
like at the top. Asian girl, she left. And I thought she was getting along with this other Asian guy, but I think she was overwhelmed with a lot of
Okay.
like not by him, but I think she was overwhelmed in general. So she left.
Okay.
She just left. She didn't say nothing. She just didn't say goodbye to nobody. None of her connections, and the guy was falling in love. It kind of sucked.
Damn.
Um,
She not wrong. Because I be wanting to leave when I watch the show. So
yeah, yeah. It's just a lot going on. And then I've been watching it in and out today, so I don't know like the little details, but there's another black couple on there. Not as many black couples this time around, but there's one black couple. The guy is a little quirky, and the girl is like I don't think in real life she would fall for him, but just because of their shared experiences, she like really loves him and stuff like that. So we'll see
that's
where that goes.
isn't that like the premise of the show anyway? Is like, you can fall for
Yeah.
someone that you wouldn't physically,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, well, and then the only thing that I was just like, I get what you're saying, but it's the way she said it was like, I'm a 50-50 girl. I'm not sure if you saw that clip floating around, and I thought it was pulled out of context. No, she really says she's not a 50-50 girl. She's not, she is a 50-50 girl. She said, I don't mind splitting the bill. I don't mind splitting this. And I'm like, okay. And listen,
I'm an old school kind of girl, okay? I
yeah.
like to stay in a woman's place. I pay a little phone bill. I pay a little light bill,
Hmm.
maybe the water. Uh,
Maybe so.
all, all that other stuff,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
get
be in
it.
men's business. I don't be in.
Yeah.
And it
But
feels very like pick me shit. It
that's
feels like
what it was for me. Yeah.
I'm doing it because I
Yeah.
want a man so badly. Like I want him to see me as worthy. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was giving, and that's why I was like, I don't care what you do. That's on you. Like, I don't really care because I can't judge nothing. But it's the way she said it was like, this is going to get a man.
yeah,
That was how
no.
she said it. Yeah.
Um,
It was weird.
I some years ago I was having a conversation with someone that I used to be friends with. She's like, I want people to recognize me as a strong black woman. And I said, "Oh baby, I don't want to be recognized as any kind of strong. I
I
am
just want to
just a
be
girl.
dainty. Yeah. I
I'm
just want to
just a
be
girl.
dainty.
And it's cool that
Hmm.
I can do the things. It's cool that I can lift the weights. It's cool, whatever. But as soon as a man is in the vicinity,
Hmm.
ah, help me.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah.
strong, strapping man, help me. I'm just a girl. So I can't relate. And I don't lead men astray. I let them know right away, baby, this your money is our money. My money is mine.
Yeah.
Your money is also mine. And it's also yours.
I'm so
I'm just a
dead.
girl. And as soon as
Yeah.
it's something about men today that like they're quick to do that. Well, I like to be treated too. Who said I wasn't gonna treat you? I'm just not paying no bills around this motherfucker. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me to cook clean and never smell like onion rings? And I gotta spend my
Mm.
money?
Yeah. It was just so pick me, man.
It really was. I guess she in the right place to find a man that might go for that shit. I, you know, I tell those men that are like that, if you would also like a boyfriend, you should do like I'm doing and look for one. And maybe
Sound
she can be
advice.
somebody's boyfriend because I wish
Yeah.
man my 50.
Yeah, she's interesting. It was a very interesting conversation. Again, I don't judge nobody's like
You
because
know,
again, because yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that's all
it's
I can
definitely
say.
giving pick me shit.
It
It's
was
giving
very pick
I
me.
I
And he
wanna
was like, "Yeah, I like that type of girl." I said, "Oh." She was just trying to like it just was weird. It was a weird conversation overall.
so
Overall.
shocked that that show is not about blind people finding love. So I have
There
no
was a blind girl, like a girl going blind on
yeah.
there too. Yeah.
Aw. The
Yeah.
lady that lived down the street, her dog, she has a Shiba Inu. He finally went fully blind. And he
Aw.
got real bad arthritis. I be feeling bad.
Oh, because he don't want to be walking no how.
Right.
But
So
he
they just
gotta
be
walk.
outside like sitting. Poor baby.
That
It's I'm like,
sucks.
she gonna have to take him out back and lay his burdens down because baby's old. Ain't no use in making him live life like that.
Yeah. Well, how was your week? What did you end up reading, watching?
Okay. We'll start with what I've been watching because I've been watching a lot more TV than I've actually been reading.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Wayward on Netflix.
Oh yes, you told
Very
me about that one.
strange. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very strange. It makes me want to learn more about um modern day reform schools. They sound like the reformatory.
Yeah.
Um, just in real well, the reformatory was real life, but you get what I'm saying, like just modern day of that. And it made me want to research it more. I did feel like it was kind of I don't know, some of the characters were like misplaced, like the storyline was choppy in places, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't bad. I recommend it. I've also been watching video game gameplays on YouTube.
Oh yeah, you
I
were
watch
showing me that.
those like their TV shows because it doesn't make sense for me to get a gaming system because then
Mm-hmm.
I'd never read. And it's not that I don't want to read. I just think some of these games are really cool visually and the storylines are really
Mm-hmm.
cool. So I'm grateful that people record themselves playing because I can watch for the storyline, which is generally what I legitimately
Mm-hmm.
want. So there's a new Silent Hill out, Silent Hill F, that takes place in Japan, I believe. Very
Mm-hmm.
creepy. You would not like it, friend. But visually, it's good. The storyline was very good. Now I'm watching another one that takes place, I believe, in Japan. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Ghost of Yoti. Tai?
Mm.
Yoti? Ghost of Yoti? Mount Yoti? I think it's Yoti. Anyway, that one takes place in the past. And the main character is a female samurai, baby. She is on there whooping ass.
Mm.
Do you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, they kill her family and burn down their property, and she is hunting
Mm.
them down. They call her Little
Okay.
Wolf. Yeah, her name is Atsu.
Hmm.
I think so. The channel that I watched, he put up the second part today, and each one is like 2 hours. So like I could sit and just watch. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
watching that. It's really cool. The graphics, like that one is a little less scary than Silent Hill. It is really violent, but I think you would appreciate the graphics and
Okay.
just it's really, really pretty. And the storyline is just good. Like I could see you putting it on in the background while you're reading and kind of getting
Mm.
caught up, like, what's she doing? She doing what? Like it's and
Yeah.
then there are
Okay.
like a bunch of side quests in the game too. So like with
Mm-hmm.
the PlayStation 5 controller, there's like a little like touchpad on it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's interactive in that way. You like can move the controller in certain ways to like do different
Mm-hmm.
things on screen. It's really cool. So I've been watching that. And I'm trying to think. I forgot to cancel my Hulu subscription, so they took their money out. So I'm probably gonna watch The Man in the Basement.
Oh, that comes out. It's already out.
Yeah, it's I saw it was on the thing. I believe it was
It
clickable.
just was not giving me at the time when I was looking it up, it wasn't giving me um when it
What, the
came
date?
out. Yeah, like it was not giving where it was gonna be. Now it shows where it is.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe it's out.
two?
Two, two
The
what?
ratings is two
Gosh,
on Google? I don't know about that.
I don't think that's
Dang.
correct.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of
Now
people
you got me.
really. I'm sorry.
Did you put like Man
That's
in the Basement Hulu? Damn,
yeah,
that do say
that's
2.8 out of 5. Damn.
yeah. And then oh damn. IMDb is 4.6. Rotten Tomatoes 42%. That's actually kind of good for them because they good for giving like 20%.
Damn.
I was gonna do like a little side quest with the book club
The book is
to
good. So it's watching
yeah.
mostly. The book is good. The movie being not so great is but yeah,
Sad.
I wanna watch that. Now I don't know anymore, but that was on my list. And then there's another
Sorry.
one. It's okay. Um there's another movie on Hulu since they took my money for the month. Um Called The Assessment, where like it's in the future, and in order to have kids, they send an adult woman to your house to pretend to act like a child to see if you're suitable to be parents.
What?
Yeah, I think it's called The Assessment. I was like, I need to watch
I'm
that.
looking at it now. Yeah.
So I'll
That
probably
looks
watch
pretty
that
good.
one tonight.
That has
Um,
better ratings.
that better rating. So yeah, that's been um my watching. I
Okay.
finished. Let's pull up the story graph because my brain is a little bit made out of mush, y'all, these last couple of days. I finished Catabasis.
I think you
I
did tell me. Did you say that last pod? I feel like you
I
did.
don't think you think
Yes, you
I
did. That
don't
was a clip. Mm-hmm.
no, I hadn't finished it yet because I just finished it last week. So when I said it
Oh.
before, I was like, oh, I think that it's for everyone, blah, blah, blah. By the time it took me a long time to read that book, not because it's long, but because it's literally a fucking drag through hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was giving her a lot, RF Kwang a lot of credit,
Mm-hmm.
per what other people were saying about her and per the bits of the Poppy War that I've read and the bits of Babel
Mm-hmm.
that I've read. Reading this, especially on the heels of Dominion, this is not, I take back all the positive things that I said about it because I was speaking to the style of writing that I have been exposed to and the way that R.F. Kwong speaks,
Mm-hmm.
um, and not necessarily spending a complete body of work with this author.
Mm.
I will stick with that. I think there are bits of this book for everybody. I do understand why people love it. I will say, I'll say this confidently, and y'all can hate me later. I think R.F. Kwong is super popular because she is a white adjacent BIPOC woman. I don't think that this is the best writing per the subject matter because Dominion had the same exact conversation about a niche group of people, aka the Black
Mm.
Church, and
Mm-hmm.
did it in less pages and more talentedly than what our Kwok did.
She spoke about the Black church
No, she's talking about Dominion
institutions.
is about, yeah, but Dominion is
Okay.
about how terrible men are,
Yeah.
right? And there are still women that abide by certain thought processes in order for these men to excel, even when they are directly impacted by their negativeness. That's
Mm-hmm.
what Catabass is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't take 700 pages to have that conversation. To mostly be in the head of a woman having a mental breakdown because of said terrible man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, girl, you didn't have to go to hell.
To learn that. Mm-hmm.
And she barely learned it because we get to the end of the book and she'd be like, oh, well, he's not that bad. Stupid bitch. So I want to say 10 out of 10 would not recommend, but really I want people to read Dominion and then I want them to read Calabasas and I want you to consider why something like Dominion isn't getting world renowned
Mm.
recognition in the same way that Calabasas is. I want us to use our minds
Hmm.
and I want us to think about that. Um, and then I finished. Did I talk about Happy Land? I think I finished
No,
Happy
you didn't.
Land.
No, you did talk about Happy Land, yeah.
Okay, so
So it was
then
good.
it was. I liked uh
Take me
the
home. Take my hand. It's right there next to you.
no, I liked the
Oh.
American Queen better
Oh. Oh, you like the
because
American
they're
Queen
the
better?
same. Yeah, so they're
Hmm.
similar to like Nickel Boys and the Reformatory.
Yeah.
They're about the same thing. And I like the way that the story was told in
Mm-hmm.
the American Queen better, but Happy Land, there is a very good conversation that's happening in that about like land and how the legal system is against Black people too when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to ownership and all that kind of stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then I read A Mastery of Monsters,
Oh yeah, for book club.
and it took a very long time to get into.
Mm.
Like I was like at 42% when I finally was like, oh, I don't want to put this down. And that's a long
Mm.
time. That's a
Mm-hmm.
very long time. But I, per like what the book club has said, some of them have read some of her other work. Excuse me, the things that I was complaining about, um, may be a style thing and not necessarily a genre thing because it is YA. And I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, the things that I don't like are because it's a YA, but I think it might just be this particular author. So this girl, her mom went missing all these years ago. What did I just read? Who mama's went missing? That was King of Ashes. They mama went missing.
Yep, mom went missing.
Similar,
Mm-hmm.
similar kind of concept.
Mm-hmm.
The mom goes missing. It's like impacting this girl a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then her brother goes missing. And her brother leaves this very cryptic message that's like, don't come look for me. Monsters are real. I love you. Bye, basically.
Oh.
And she realizes that he is connected to, like, his letter is connected to a group of people that are
Mm-hmm.
in this underground society where there are masters and monsters. And the masters control, like, they have to bond with a monster in order to kind of like control them. If not, the monsters get
Mm-hmm.
locked up
Mm-hmm.
until the apocalypse comes and they need to fight.
Mm-hmm.
So she meets this boy, and long story short, he's a monster. He needs a master because his
Mm-hmm.
family, his parents killed all these people and then were killed in their like society or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's having this conversation about corrupt institutions, right? And
Mm-hmm.
how when you're in a corrupt institution, it's easy for you to follow and abide by the rules and such and not
Yeah.
necessarily see them for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
versus when you're on the outside and what it's like trying to be a person trying to kind of like infiltrate the system because she's trying to save her brother, when the
Mm.
odds are actually against her. Um, so I'll probably read the rest of the series as it comes out because I have questions. It wasn't bad, it just took a long time to get into.
Okay.
And I'm currently listening to Breathless by Beverly Jenkins. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Cool. Sounds like a good go. I forgot to mention I finished Amity.
How'd you like it?
It was good. I really
Okay.
enjoyed it. It was a really good story. I enjoyed like flowing with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it was a good one. I'm
Didn't
still
it turn out
like,
really good? Like I really like the sister's character. I like how that turned
yeah,
out.
yeah. I was like, I've been like still like taking it all in because I finished it yesterday because I
Okay.
stopped a little bit. I could have been finished it, but life. Anyways, but yeah, I like the sister's character a lot. I also liked what's his name? The main character. Why am I Coleman? No.
I was about to call that baby Oliver. Okay.
I liked him
Speaking
too.
of baby names,
Hmm.
finish what you're saying. Just remind me baby names.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I liked Coleman. I liked June. Florence was getting on my nerves.
I mean, bad.
Like, geez, but it was an excellent book overall. I think it's one of those books that I enjoyed listening to it more. Did you like listening to it
Yes,
more? Yeah. I like listening to her because the narrator was really getting into the characters and there was a distinguished voice and it was really good. So I think y'all should pick it up for sure. I think it's a good one.
absolutely.
He has another good hit on his hands. But yes, remind
Um,
baby names.
People are dropping out of the Black Book Bash.
They are?
Yeah, so ML Bash said that she wasn't going. She announced that last week.
I saw Jacquel is not going.
Yeah, she's not going. I think slowly people are about to start more and more about to start trickling in. Um, anyway, baby names. Keith Lee and Ronnie named
Oh,
their baby Cardigan.
don't start with me on that.
Okay. I look down at my
What do
phone.
where do we get cardigan from? Where did we get Kari? There's Kari, Kiari,
Whole bunch of names.
there's a lot of names out there if you but cardigan
Cardigan with the K.
and it just blew me because I'm like that little sweet little baby. He don't know what
Sweet
he up
little baby.
against now.
He don't. And now he really gonna have to be a boxer like his daddy and his uncle because Cardigan.
Cardigan Lee.
Ooh, that had to be baby brain. It had to be.
It had to be because Ronnie looked like she was going through it in them photos.
Okay.
Links.
Okay.
Oh man.
So let's talk Nightcrawling.
Yeah.
Okay, let me double check and see how far I actually got. Sidebar,
Hmm.
Tism.
Hmm.
I found one of my favorite chocolate bars, the
I
Chucky.
don't like those at all.
Anyway, I don't get to have them often because they're hard to find here. I got up to page
Hmm.
54. So y'all, life been whooping my ass. So I
Okay.
will finish it, but that's as far as I got. So I got up to beyond her becoming, like just beyond her becoming a prostitute.
Okay. All right. So for those that are listening, if you have or haven't read the novel, Nightcrawling by Leila Motley is about what's the girl's name?
Kiara,
Kiara. And her brother Marcus. They live in Oakland, what seems to be the projects. They're basically abandoned by all family members. Her brother is trying to be a rapper.
that reminded me of the latest Spike Lee joint with Denzel Washington in it because in that ASAP Rocky is an aspiring rapper. So that scene where her brother is like in there mumbling, all I could see in my head was
Is
ASAP
A$AP
Rocky in that
Rocky.
movie.
He is the brother is a mess. Is a mess. And she is begging her older brother to get a job to help, and she's trying to find other ways. She's found, she's going to other places to see like who can hook her up with a job because she's 17. She's not even 18 yet. She has no like anything really.
Experience or
Like
anything.
experience, nothing. Um, and eventually she turns to becoming a prostitute, which leads into a lot of things. But what I want to highlight the most, what was the heartwarming, because the whole story is heartbreaking, nonetheless. The whole story, like I was telling Shelby when I was messaging her, I want to preface this a lot. Layla is very descriptive.
Yes.
Again, she falls in line, I feel like in that same class of like a Angela, You can tell she studies the work of Jasmine Ward or Toni Morrison, or she studied, like, you could tell she studies the way she writes. And looking at the broader picture, it is a very heartbreaking story. I was uncomfortable. Like, we read dark books for fun, not in like a weird way, but it's just like we can consume this type of information and
Right.
this concept easily. But this was really the way she described things made me like, ooh, no, Layla, yeah.
You've never read Push, right? The movie that Precious is based off of.
Oh, no, no, no.
So the parts that I did read, two books came to mind for me, which is
Mm-hmm.
Push and A Piece of Cake by Cupcake Brown, which is a memoir. It's
Mm,
phenomenal. But when I tell you that baby was her life, it, it wasn't a cupcake.
it was She was no
My
crystal
God,
ball,
today.
nothing. Yeah, like Layla, she laid it down. She really did. So the part that was heartwarming was Kiara and Marcus live next door to a drug addict who has a kid. She has a 8-year-old son, I believe. And Kiara essentially at the age of 17, she's looking after this kid like it's her own. The landlord is knocking on the young boy's door and demanding money. The mom just comes in whenever she feels like it, that type of relationship. And she has literally taken him under her wing. And as the book goes along, you're watching it like, man, I really do hope Kiara finds a way to get enough money for her and this boy to go. But legally, like in my head, I'm not thinking legalities of it. Legally, she can't do that because this is
Right.
endangerment of a minor and she can get charged with like kidnapping and stuff. Um, so as you go along, she eventually celebrates her birthday, and in the midst of this, we're talking about a very serious subject when it comes to trafficking and when it comes through the police system, how police officers take advantage of prostitutes and hold charges and them being arrested and being put against the state, against their head to perform sexual activity with them. And one of the officers eventually kills himself. After a night that after a night that she spent with him, he eventually like writes his own like note and was like, yeah. He had threatened her as well, like he said he was gonna pay her and if she just stayed the night and she woke up in the morning and he wouldn't pay her. And these are a lot of instances that have happened with a lot of these police officers, and it ended up, being publicized. Her mom also, she at some point she visits her mom. Well, actually that relationship was kind of hashed out. But her mom never came to her rescue. And I think her mom never came to her rescue. Her brother never came to her rescue. Her uncle, who is living in LA, he moved to LA, ditched her brother and her, and he promised the brother that he would bring them up and all the things. He ditched them to live his own life. And it just was like overall just a very sad story of like you got to look out for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that was one part of what she was getting at because Kiara had looked after her mom, wrote her mom a note to get her out of jail so she can get her uncle's number so her brother can finally get a job because he felt like his uncle owed him whole thing. Then of course the child that she's looking after, um he eventually gets taken away. Yeah, I think he gets taken away. The Child Protective Services comes and takes him away. And it was just so sad because they had some like a relationship grown. They would go
Walk to the
out at the
the
basketball court, yeah, and play. And it was just so sad to see in the end, like he ended up being taken away.
right.
And in her mind, she's like, I'm gonna come for him, I'm gonna try to find him, but she knows she can't find him.
Right.
Like, there's no way to find him.
So she got arrested because the cop killed himself?
No, she didn't get arrested.
Oh, okay.
So eventually, like, what happens is they say she has to testify.
Okay.
Um, so this one cop, it was a woman cop, she came to her and was like, "Hey, we're hearing that you're involved with a lot of these men, da 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 da. We want you to testify to make this investigation valid."
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
then she said, "I will hook you up with a lawyer." She hooked her up with this lawyer. The lawyer was like, "Hey, if you tell the story, we can get you some money, you can get out the hood, type of situation, get out your
Okay.
situation." And it just ended up not being a happy situation in the end
Okay.
at all. Like, it's just real. In my heart of hearts, I'm hoping the boy stays with her. I'm over here like, oh my gosh, I hope the boy stays. I hope,
Right.
she wins the case and no. It's reality, which I should have been like, yeah, this is reality. But I think the overall arching point that Layla is trying to cement here is really, truly, you can't help everybody. She failed trying to help her brother. Her brother ended up in jail. Yeah. Her brother ended up in jail. Her mother is out, but her mother is not helping.
Okay.
Um, who else? The boy ended up going and she was helping this lady with her son. And that lady basically was just paying her no mind and just like, why are you helping me type of situation. And then the police officers, they were telling her, they're gonna feed you whatever. And in
Right.
the
To get
end,
you to.
she got wrapped up in it. And I think it was just such a heartbreaking story, but I think it's such a necessary story to talk about trafficking and
Yes.
how the police system really does have a chokehold over, especially minority groups, Black women, Black men, knowing how to finesse the system, even Black cops. It's just the government knowing how to finesse the system in their favor. And this was an opportunity to go above and convict a lot of these instances. There was also she had a nice friendship. I'm a friendship with this girl. What's the girl's name?
Ali. Ale.
Was it
Ale.
Ali? Maybe
Or the
Ale.
lady from the,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. I was
Alejandra.
gonna
Like
say it was
Ali.
either.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I like their relationship too. It seemed like what I'm picking up on was like a lesbian relationship, but like not
Yeah.
really cemented. Just like
Uh-huh.
and that's
Curious.
another thing. I have feelings and I need some sort of companionship. And I think they're both like filling in for each other in that way, like like trying to comfort each other that way.
It also felt like just that limbo that I think
Hmm.
all people go through
Yeah.
where you aren't really cognizant of your sexuality because I don't think that she was like I don't think from what I read she wasn't really thinking about
Hmm.
sex, right? And I
Yeah.
think we like don't realize how important platonic friendships are because they
Hmm.
mold how you show up in your
Hmm.
romantic relationship. So it was like I get what you mean by the like queer thing, but I don't think either one of them were really like from what I got
Yeah.
from it. It was just the innocence of like we show up for each other.
Yeah, and I think it's just like they needed that comfort that none of their parents could give them. Because, like, we have a scene in the book where Ale brings her to the restaurant, which upstairs is I believe that's how it was described. It seems like the restaurant was below, and then upstairs is the house.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
it's like multiple people are staying there, and I think
Uh-huh.
she was embarrassed to bring her over, but in order to get away from like, because at one point they were in their Kiara and the boy were in the apartment for days because she felt like somebody was following them. So she called Ale after like a long stint of not talking to each other because she found out that she was a prostitute and all this other stuff. And she came to her rescue and the little boy to get him food because they weren't eating, they didn't have enough money. It was just a whole situation. And it's just, they looked out for each other. It felt like it was comforting. Like you were saying, like there was like this sense of like like a little bit of queerness, but at the same time, not really. It's just like I need some sort of companionship, some sort of
Right.
friendship, some
Hmm.
sort of feelings that none of our parents can give us. No one is giving us this type of feeling that I've ever felt before with you because you're my friend and you look out for me and you really are like somebody that I really revere and confide in. And you see that a lot. It's between the boy and Ale that she really leans on the most. And then there was like this other part. What is that boy's name?
Who, her brother's friend?
Yeah,
Tony?
he was trying, yeah, Tony.
If it wasn't for Tony. Don't Beyonce, don't sue me for singing your sister's song. I'm sorry.
I'm so dead. Yeah, Tony. He was trying to be somebody, and I don't think she was ready for somebody to be a somebody to her outside of Ale. Um, I just don't think she saw him like that. And I think how she described it was just like he was willing to give up everything for her, no matter at what cost. Like it just
That's
all
what
the
made
time.
me that's what made me say I don't think she was actually considering her sexuality because
Yeah.
she had this very innocent mindset. Like
Yeah.
when that first interaction happens at the strip club and the guy pays her for sex
Mm-hmm.
and how like she didn't really understand what was happening. So like I think she like every black girl because men have been finding me sexually attractive since I was like 9 or 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think she understood that, right? Like you
Yeah.
understand what it's like to be under the male gaze because that's just another thing that as a black girl you have to fight against, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't always correlate to um understanding of sex and sexuality. Although she's in high school, like she's 17, there should be some acknowledgement, right? And she probably knows basics from like a textbook type of standpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she can't apply that to herself
Mm-hmm.
because that's she's not thinking about that. She's not looking at boys and thinking like I want to hump him, you know?
Yeah. She's just, and I think at this point, when she transitioned into being a prostitute, at that point, it's like sex is sex. This is money. And
Right,
so now she's not even thinking about she might be yearning the other part where it's more so I need somebody to look at me for me. And she might have been looking at Tony as like, maybe you just
right,
like me, like my physicalness and not who I am, because we
right,
haven't had a lot. But I feel like Tony genuinely really wanted to be there for her. But I don't think she was ready for all of that. It was
right.
a lot. It was a lot going on. I think
Because
it
even
is, yeah.
even when Tony said to her, because I read that part where Tony was just like, if I
Hmm.
could save up some money and like legit take care of you, would you stop this?
Yeah.
And her immediate thing wasn't even like she says like you know this is not that, but I don't even think that that's really where her mind was. Her thought process is
Hmm.
like, oh, I'm not doing this because for no reason. Like I need to take care of myself, but I got to think about my brother too. So like she's thinking like I don't want you to have to take care of me and my brother.
Yeah. Yeah. And the boy.
Right, and the boy.
Because she considers the boy just as much as she considers Marcus. That is her child.
And you know, I ain't never met a nigga named Marcus that was worth two pennies rubbed together.
When she
Not
said
ever.
Marcus, I said, "Oh yeah, he ain't never getting no job. He
And
not
when he
getting no
looked her in
job."
her face and was like, just give me a month, she should have punched him.
Yeah.
She should have wound her arm up like Bugs
Mm-hmm.
Bunny on a cartoon and
Mm-hmm.
socked that nigga. Cause what are you
She
talking to me
should.
about?
Because why are you saying you over here? I'm in the booth. I'm trying to make my dreams come true. I'm trying to, sir,
I would have
we
knocked his
live
head into
in
that microphone.
we live in Oakland, California. Do you know how much rent is? And they just upped the rent, and I'm 17 years old, and you are my big brother? You're big. I am little.
I am a child.
I am just a girl, literally.
Yeah,
Like,
she should have wound her arm up like a
mm-hmm.
cartoon. and
Yeah.
socked him. Because what are you
Yeah.
talking to me about? What?
Yeah. It's just it he was no good. And then he ended up in jail and it was just like,
What did he go to
damn.
jail for?
So when
Was he selling
drugs.
drugs?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
drugs because he fell into like he was like, damn, I gave up the dream of making music, so I'm gonna start selling drugs. And she was like basically she went over there because I think who picked her up? I think Tony picked her up to bring her over there. And because she was saying I feel like somebody's following me, so y'all gonna have to come along. And then they go over there, and then as they're walking out they get ambushed by the police, and the police ambush Tony and his friend, the one that has the kid, not Tony and his friend, Marcus and his
Oh,
friend, the
and
one
his
that has
friend, the
the
one that has the
kid.
kid. That's why that
Yeah.
when
Mm-hmm.
Kia left, she was like, "You don't know what I got to put up with. You don't know what I got to deal with."
Mm-hmm. Because they selling drugs. Bad. So they ended up sending him to jail, and then they ended up trying to use that against her as a ploy to like not testify. Either not testify, like the lawyer was like, if you testify, we can use that as leverage to get your brother out of jail. But then when she went to meet with the police chief was like, she hit her with, well, we know that you're taking care of a minor, that you're not supposed to be taking. Yeah, it got real dirty.
Oh, I'm gonna have to sit finish this book this week because
Yeah,
I got questions.
it got real down and dirty. I don't want, I'm trying, like, I honestly gave you a lot away,
That's
but it
fine. You know,
got real
spoilers don't
dirty.
bother
Yeah,
me.
it got real down and dirty, man. Yeah,
That's
I,
why people look at me funny every time I say it, but I'm like, I don't trust black police officers because it gives them it's something like corrupt
Mhm.
about it. It's something that's not right.
It's very corrupt. It's very good.
Lawyers,
Yeah,
lawyers, I can give you a,
a little leeway. Yeah, yeah.
but to actually work on the police force or even in corrections, like
Hmm.
it feels like this power play that's rooted
Hmm.
in anti-blackness. I
It was so disturbing, and all of those like police officers was in on it, and yeah, it was
wow.
dirty. It was dirty. But I read the her note in the back was just basically like she wrote this story about when she was living in Oakland about girls that were going through prostitution, and it was a huge
Okay.
thing around that time. I believe I'm looking out. I think it was like 2015, she said.
Okay.
Hold on.
Now it's making me curious about her latest book. Like this sounds
They were saying she was, yeah, in 2015. She wanted to talk about exploitation, prostitution, human trafficking, and it was about the Oakland Police Department, and several other police departments in the Bay Area had participated in the sexual exploitation of a young woman and attempted to cover it up. This case developed over months and years. Even as the news cycle moved on, I continued to wonder about this event, about this girl, and about other girls who did not receive headlines but nonetheless experienced the cruelty of what policing can do to a person's body, mind, and spirit. For this one case that entered the media, there were and are dozens of other cases of sex workers and young women who experience violence at the hands of police and do not have their stories told, do not see court, and do not escape these situations at all. Yet the cases we know about are few. So she started writing Nightcrawling at 17.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
crazy.
and she's a reader. She's a big reader. Her dad has like a huge she was saying her dad has like a huge library, and I think he's a writer, I believe. Yeah, he's a writer and he plays jazz, and her mom has a house full of books. So she, like that was nothing for her to write this.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard the girls were saying that what's the book? What's the name of that book, child? It just came out. It's a beautiful
Big
cover too.
girls, big
Mhm.
girls. They were something.
Something big girl, yeah. The Girls Who Grew Big.
Okay.
I am curious to read that one. I think I might read that before the year is up.
Okay.
Because I want to I'm very I really do love her writing style. I think that's
Yeah,
the one thing that like really sticks out the most is like her writing style is great to me personally.
I was gonna say,
Um,
didn't I just get it? But no, I didn't get it. I got the other one, The Last Train.
oh, that one by
My
what's
train
her
leaves at
name?
3.
My
The
who's that
orange and
by?
purple.
Natalia or Natalie something?
Yeah, Guillermo. Uh-huh.
Yeah, 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 we
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we know. Sorry, Natalie, for butchering your name.
I mean,
You
I
get
pray
it. You know
that
what we're talking about.
next year I feel us being on like some sort of tour, and I want y'all to know that we will be doing that on stage. Like, what's the gal's name?
What's the name? And then we're gonna
Who
bringing up our okay.
right, somebody pull up a phone.
Yeah, literally, literally. But they were saying the book was strange. So I want to know what is strange.
Yeah, what does that mean?
But
Toya just got done reading that, I feel like.
yeah, this who else got done? Um I forgot who said it was a strange one, but I am so it's about a 16-year-old girl pregnant. Her parents banished her from a comfortable upbringing in Indiana to her grandmother's house in
The South?
Padua Beach, Florida. I've never heard of that. Hmm.
Oh, that's gonna be good because you only hear stories like that in the past, right? Like that's a
Mm-hmm.
very like older way of thinking
Yeah.
to send your daughter away because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'd very much be into that because now when people say strange, I think about The Catch, and I don't think anything else is as strange as that.
I didn't finish that. God bless. It was strange. It was a really weird
It really
book.
was. You want to know what I'm in the mood to read?
Hmm.
I want to read Dawn by Octavia Butler. I want to,
Oh, you want to read it? I do
yeah,
want to reread it again. That's also another strange one.
yeah, but
Hmm.
at least that's well written. Strange, you know.
Yeah, no, it's actually really great. I
I
need to
have
finish that
to.
whole entire series, actually.
I might go to the bookstore. Well, I don't need to go to the bookstore. It's a copy in here somewhere, but I don't feel like looking for it. So, and
I
you can
feel
never
that.
have too many Octavia Butler books. Buy it
Who's
again.
complaining? Come on now.
Right. I'll
Um,
probably go to the used bookstore because I can probably find like
a first edition or a second edition,
right or something
certificate.
like that. Um, like
Yeah,
inexpensive. So I might do
yeah.
that tomorrow.
I do need to reread that one. I'm going to start, what's that name? Either John Crow's Devil by Marlon James, because I'm in the mood
Okay.
for something Marlon James-ish, or the one by Neil
Is it
Hopkinson.
Jim Crow's what?
John Crow's Devil.
Okay.
And then I might either that one or Brown Girl in the Rain by Neil Hopkinson.
What's
Either one of
the
those I might start. Whichever one like grabs me
Brown
in the first.
Girl in Ring? I think I want to read the Grand Paloma Resort. Like I feel like that might be
Oh
something to
yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
ease me in. Um, or I might try Hamnet. I don't know. I want to read. I will say that.
Same.
In a time when life is literally dragging me by my teeth,
At
I
least you want to
still
read.
have the want to read.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's a positive thing. Y'all see me putting these on this desk. Next week when I can't find them, I don't want to hear nothing about it.
You
But
don't want to
yeah,
hear
I want to
nothing.
do. I
Yeah,
might
that's it.
start that. I have the audiobook for it too, so I might
Okay.
uh immersive read it just to like I said, I have the want to read. I just need to
Do it. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, but I'll probably tomorrow is Dad's birthday. I
Yeah.
plan to turn all my devices off and just be.
B. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna try to go to Pilates, but I think I'm just gonna stay home for safe measures. So I'll probably read either one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna finish. I'll probably finish Nightcrawling before the weekend is out.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
now with
good
everything
one.
that you're saying, like I'm curious. And I'll probably start the Grand Paloma Resort just to see because I see she is making her rounds. Like she is Clavis has been on tour.
Yeah,
He
she was
just
here.
posted a bunch of stuff. A bunch of like new dates and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll probably read that. And I got what's her name? We just read her memoir.
Um, whose memoir did we read? Kamala Harris?
No. It was a book club
Mm.
pick. Firstborn Girls. Bernice L.
Bernice
McFadden.
Fadden.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my gosh.
Oh, that hurt coming out the back of my brain just now. Jesus Christ. They
Oh yeah.
sent me the two romance books.
I
Fever
can get
and
them.
something. Fever and something.
I applied for it. I don't think they want to send it to me.
If it makes you feel better, they declined sending me The Good House by Tanana Review, the new
Damn.
yeah, that hurt my feelings.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think that's all we've got. I did I tell you about see my brain is it's going to shit, y'all. Hold on. It's I'm finding it. Birth of a Dynasty. I think I talked about that in the last
Yeah,
video.
you did. You did,
That's
yeah.
making me want to read more fantasy. I think that's why I want to read
Mm-hmm.
Dawn. Because I'm like I want
Craving
something with some.
something. Yeah, I've been craving something world buildy some. I don't know. Some like that or supernatural like
Yeah.
and I think Dawn is more leans more sci-fi than anything versus fantasy. Um, that's what I got because it's like about what is it like clear
Aliens, they wanna
people and all
the
this other
aliens
stuff.
wanna
They want to
mate
hunt
with
and
the yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's a little weird. And I think I told you this. I think because I haven't read much sci-fi fantasy stuff at the time when I read it, it was a big, big leap into
Yeah, you
it.
kind of went head first instead of like
Yeah.
easing in. Hmm.
No, I did not even like this is when we talk about comprehension and reading at your level.
Right.
I feel like she was like I can comprehend what she was saying, but I could not digest it very well because I'm not used to the genre, stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I think I have a hard time visualizing the creature that she's
mm-hmm,
describing.
mm-hmm,
And at the time at my reading level, I was hyper fixated on that because I rely a lot
mm-hmm,
on my imagination. Like when I read, it's like I'm watching a movie.
mm-hmm.
So it felt like I couldn't really get into it. Whereas it's not that I don't read the same way. I just can kind of separate that from the experience now.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally get that. Cause like a book that's like it's not similar, it is kind of in subject matter a little bit, or I'm trying like world building esque would be like The Great Hemisphere by Matteo.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like it's like the baby version of that. And because
yes.
I read that and I enjoyed it, um, I feel like because it got me in the mood to like see it was about clear people, like everybody was
Hmm.
invisible or
They
something
were
like that.
invisible.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, after reading that, I feel like I can tackle, now that I've read a lot more, Octavia, I feel like I can tackle Dawn. I'm actually going to read Fledgling this month.
I also saw that you had Shigidi and the brass head of Abo Lufun on your list.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I
I need to
got that.
read
It's
that
up
one.
there. It's up there.
Yeah, it's been there for months.
It's been
Not
up
even
there for
months, years.
it's been up there since they sent it to me, probably.
Yeah, yeah, same. So
I
I
was like,
need
oh,
to
I'm gonna
read
read
that one
that.
too.
You want to know what's something else that I could probably read? Ooh, don't fall on my head. Don't fall on my head. Don't fall on my head. Thank you. Don't fall. Don't do that. Ooh, I'm playing penitentiary level games. This.
Yes, I need that book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I
Mm-hmm.
might leave this out because this is supposed to be like a spooky thriller type situation.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna
I'm
need
a I'm
that.
a leave. I'm gonna sit
Mm-hmm.
that up there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I probably could climb up there and swap things out
So you can see them, so you know
so
that
that
they're
I'm
there.
right.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did because I'm like when I'm reorganizing my shelf, people are like, do you organize by color, by this? No, I organize by what have I not read.
Right. I need to do
So I
that.
can see it because I will lose all the books that I have in my mind. Like it's just too many. But um yeah. Also telling the people this month we're reading The Farming of Bones by Edwidge Daintycat.
Yes.
And we're excited to read that one because this would be your first book by her.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't read any more of her work since Everything Inside, and that's one of my favorite books. It's like a really great short story collection. And I don't know why I haven't been intentional to read more of her work, but I'm happy that we get to read The Farming of
I
Bones.
always knew like her name. I just didn't know like I didn't get to hear her speak until Mom and I went to Jesmyn Ward's book tour for Let Us Descend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so that made me curious. But then also the reason why I want to read the Grand Paloma Resort because she talked a lot about Edward Cat
Mm-hmm.
being her uh
Yeah,
inspiration. And
she's a good
like
one. Mm-hmm.
so yeah. All the information
Yeah.
will be down below in the description box. I can talk. If you want to hang out with us, you want to be a
Yes.
guest, if you want to ask us some questions, if you want to give us book recommendations, you can email us at the League of Readers pod at
Mm-hmm.
gmail.com. And you can follow us on the League of Readers across the internet. Our personal stuff will be down there as well. Make sure you get your tickets for either Centober or Brunching with the Author. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll see you or you'll hear us next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, guys.